So, good evening. Tonight we're going to make the original Schweizer Wurstsalat, which is a Swiss sausage salad. And the two main ingredients, as you can imagine, is Swiss cheese and then a form of bologna. Fleischwurst is a in between the Gelbwurst, which looks like more whitish like this, and the American bologna. And I don't have any, so I use bologna because I like the taste better. Normally we use chives. You can use green onions. We need parsley. We need regular onions. You can use red onions. I'm going to mix both of them. The white onion, which is a little bit sweeter. We will need gherkins or kosher baby dills, Gewürzgurken basically. The peppers are optional. They're not original. I add them to it to give it a little bit more flavor. And we need salt and pepper. And we use this vinegar, which is real German. This is the German seasoned vinegar. And you could use a malt type vinegar. Anything in that kind of direction. And we're going to use sunflower oil because I don't want to use canola oil. Like I said, I don't like that too much. And the mixture for that much is we got about 1.5 pounds of bologna to about 1 pound. Might be a little bit less now. Let me see, how much did I actually buy? This is Boers. I bought 1.5 pounds. Let's see, the mice came in and, well, they took a little bit out. That's probably 1.25 pounds. But it should be about a pound, usually, is the cheese, and 1.5 pounds of beef bologna for the bologna for that. And then the other thing is, I went to Messermeister and I got myself this cheese knife. Cheese and tomato knife from the Oliv'i'a series, and I got the protectors with it, which I really like. So we're going to be using this. Then we have, of course, our world famous by now OT knife from Olivia Tiedemann and Messermeister, and I got Chef Michel Dumas's hatchet here. I almost said the more Japanese style one, because I can cut parsley and this stuff easier with this type of a knife than a chef type, either the large one or small one. Okay, so I'm going to prepare all of this here and then I will be back. Okay, just to throw this in, I forgot to for the dressing, we have about 4 tablespoons of water. We could also use 4 tablespoons of the pickle sauce here from the dill pickles. And then about 3 tablespoons of sugar. That's important. 8 tablespoons vinegar, 8 tablespoons oil, 4 tablespoons water and pickle juice mixture, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. Almost forgot that. Okay, just as a short update for the parsley, I used first my old resharpened chef knife to do the initial cutting, and then I used Olivia's OT knife, and that is really great to chop this up. That makes short work out of it. And I used Chef Michael's, this one here. I don't even know what type of a knife that is. It's not a Santoku knife, but similar to it. Use this here for the green onions. So now I'm going to cut the onions in slices and do the bell peppers and get everything prepared. Okay, I got now the bologna cut, and I usually do it in these slices here. And the OT knife from Olivia Tiedemann and Messermeister has one compared to all the other knives I got slicing this bologna here. It was pretty tough. Next thing is the cheese, and then the last item is the optional peppers. You can leave them out, and we got to do our gherkins. Dill pickles. Kosher baby dill pickles. Okay, I know I don't want to buck the daylight out of you with these knives from Messermeister and Oliv'i'a, but this one here, I have made the salad quite a few times, and this is the most dreaded part of it, is slicing the cheese, a block of cheese up. Yeah, so this is really the best knife for the job. If you want to do this, if you have to slice a lot of cheese, I would get this. That's the last thing I'm going to say in reference to the knives. Okay, so we got the bell peppers all cut into stripes now. And the gherkins or the pickles, I made them little stripes too. We cut off the ends, the tops and the ends of it. And I may get a couple more in there just to get a little bit more. We got about this much, a pretty good sized chunk of cheese and bologna here, so probably one more. Okay, so now we're about ready to mix this all together. We got the bologna and the cheese here in this bowl. We got both onions in slices, basically, or in rings. We got the green onions, we got the parsley, we got the pickles, the dill, kosher baby dills, and we have our bell pepper. Now what I did here is I got 6 tablespoons of Altmeister, and I used 6 tablespoons of Heinz malt, which is so identical. You can see this, the colors, this is a little bit browner, this is a little bit more reddish, has more of a vinegar taste. This is a little bit sweeter. They're both ideal for the salad, so it doesn't matter if you just use the Altmeister or if you use the malt, the Heinz malt, or you use both of them in a combination. 3 tablespoons of the pickle juice, 3 tablespoons of water, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and then we need 1 good teaspoon. Usually we use mild mustard. This is hot mustard, but you can use Dijon mustard or you can use the mild version, but you don't want to use the yellow mustard. And the very last thing is going to be about 12 or so, 10 to 12 tablespoons of sunflower oil. You could use olive oil, but this does not really fit well with olive oil, this combination, but you can sure try it. So I'm going to mix this all together. This is all going to go, this is going to go in here with the mustard, and the sugar is all stirred around, goes in there. We mix it, we put the green onions in there, then we mix the onions in, then we're going to put the bell pepper and the things in there, and this thing is ready. It needs to let sit for about an hour at least. Ideally is overnight. I use this throughout next week as a salad, to have this with my sandwich or as a full meal, depending how I do this. I usually do these things Sunday afternoons, and I prepare my food for next week. Since I do work, I have a regular job. And we add some salt and pepper, of course, to it, and that goes in here with the vinegar and that stuff. And then we can add this later on. And then once it has marinated, after an hour or tomorrow, I add usually the last thing separate is the oil, and I mix that in as I go. Okay, so we're here at the grand finale. I got this now mixed through, and this is starting to soak up since I don't have any oil in it. You can see there's only minimal dressing in there. So what I did is I made another batch of it. 4 ounces of Altmeister and 4 ounces of malt, salt and sugar, and pepper, but no more mustard. And we're just gonna put this right over here, because there is so much salad what we got here for this to marinate properly overnight. And then when this is done, when this is marinated, it takes at least an hour. Then we can actually put the parsley on top of it and can put some oil in it if we want to serve it tonight. If not, for tomorrow, you just let it then marinate overnight, and this way you may want to stir it a few times, and this way you're going to get the full aroma. Now we have enough here on the bottom. You can see this. This is about how much you want to have in there for dressing. So when you bring it up, you bring the dressing with up, and you can rotate this all through so it gets all nice and moist and soaked up. And the last thing then is the sunflower oil. And with that, bon appetit.